welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer from Sun Dragon Paper and Lace, and thank you for joining me on a craft along today. I wanted to do an experiment with this Tyvek paper. This is a used Tyvek envelope from USPS. And I think what I want to try to do is make a journal cover out of it. So I'm going to cut it. I measured it and I tick marked it from, this is like 8.5 by 11, our standard paper, US paper. So let me see, I'm going to go ahead and try cutting it first. And then what I want to do is on the back side is print a digital on the back side for background. But I don't want, but I don't want, oh darn. I thought it was going to be plain. Oh well, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It depends on what digital I decide to use. And we'll see how that looks like. It might not turn out at all. Let me see here. Let me cut this part. How's everyone doing today, by the way? Hope everybody's doing okay. It is going to be like 103 predicted today in Southern Oregon, which is very, very hot for around here. What I think I'm going to try to do is, let me cut this piece. And then I am going to print a digital on here, so I will be right back. Okay, well, this is how it turned out, and I am not a fan. Not a fan one bit. But you know what we do when we don't like something that we are working on? So the neat thing about junk journaling is we just cover it. We cover it up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to collage over this. And let's see what we get. First off, though, I want to size it into something. I want to do another notebook, a junk notebook, which did really, I mean, as soon as I posted that, it sold. The last junk notebook that I posted, it sold the very same day. I couldn't believe it. I was floored. So that's never happened to me before, and I appreciate the person who purchased it. Thank you so very, very much. And it is already on the way out the door and ready for USPS to pick it up tomorrow. So this actually, it really doesn't look too bad, I don't think. But the reason why I thought about Tyvek paper is because of it's strong. It's really strong. And if you use it as a cover, I mean, especially for a little notebook, I mean, to me, it's more substantial or stronger than what a paper bag would be. So now you can go onto Amazon and actually buy Tyvek paper, which I have done. And here's what it looks like. It's really smooth on one side, and it's kind of a little textured in the back side, I guess. But it's got a lot of fibers in it, and I think that's what makes it so strong. So I'm gonna run these through the printer as well, and then that's probably going to be a lot better image. But we can work with this. And I am going to first decorate this and see what I can come up with. And then on the inside here, let's cover that with something else, some paper. Let me see. Book page. What about book page? You can always use book pages. This is my bag of torn up books, pages. And I have to be honest, have a confession. It's not the only bag I have. I've got a whole bunch of other things. A whole bunch of books, a whole bunch of pages, and I keep wanting to do a book page bundle, but it just gets so overwhelming, you know. You get so overwhelmed. Oh, how about that? Oh, but you know what? I don't like how this is see-through, so maybe what I'll do is I'll paint over this with maybe, I don't know. Let me look again. Let me look at, how about if I use music page underneath. A music page. Oh, it looks like I tried to make a pocket out of here. Let's tear that out. And let's see. That's better. It doesn't, you don't see through that. Okay. So I am going to use a stick glue because stick glues they tend not to wrinkle up your paper. For those of you that are still beginning, this is my go-to glue. It's a little bit spendier, but you can use like other glue, stick glues like, is it Yoo-hoo glue? You can use Kraft, you can use all kinds of different cheaper versions. I love this because it's soft and it's very easy to just go, you know, it just slides, it just glides on. And it's just, and it smells like candy, like a marzipan candy. Okay, so let me see, where do I want this? I tore this up. Do I want that side? I like this. Let me do that. This digital, by the way, is from Sandpool. The color didn't turn out right for some reason. I don't know what's going on with my printer. Some colors, especially like tans or a light beige color on some digitals, it does not come out right. It comes out like this ugly kind of a yellowy orange. So don't hold this against Sam Pool's Digitals. It's just my printer. And I don't know how to change a setting on that. If anyone has any recommendations, any suggestions, that would be wonderful. I would love to know what I can do. My printer is an HP, and it typically is a nice, printer. It's just that some digitals will come out like this, especially with the yellows, or not yellows, the light tan colors, or a beige color. That's what it'll usually come out like this. But this is just going to be a notebook, and that's okay. So the fun thing about what a notebook can do is that it's small enough to put in another journal, in a big journal, and it's like extra pages that match the journal. At least, I mean, you can do that. You can match the journal and put any of the leftovers in a notebook style. And you can either untie it, cut the string, and use the papers, or you can use it as an addition to the junk journal and write in it. Maybe just take notes, jot things down, keep this in your purse, jot things down real quick as you think of something. You see a quote, or something that, I mean, knowing myself, I can never remember. I like what I hear, and then I have to jot it down because I can't memorize what I've heard. So let's start with decorating this. I think the inside is nice. At least that covers that. And it feels really strong, and it's nice and thin, so that it can fit almost anywhere. I do want to make pages. Let's make pages for it. And I am going to get a bunch of different papers to fit in there. Let's see. Some old something like this. I'm not sure what color theme. Since this is going to be kind of a golden color, maybe I should make more of a golden. I should do something like this, because there is red. And I don't mind it being torn on the bottom like that. And I don't mind it sticking out like that, because I'll tell you what I like to do when things stick out. Let's do this. I like to shabby it up. I shabby up the edges. This is going to be a fun little tuck. It's better this way. Like that. Maybe that's a little bit not. Gonna make it shorter, a little shorter. can't decide which side looks better. I probably will end up changing it later on. Okay, what else? I want to put some blank pieces of paper in there for writing. And I rarely cut my pages unless I need to be, you know, precise. It is a rare thing. Let's go ahead into this. And that. And I typically like to do about 10 pages in these little notebooks. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Need 6 more. This is colorful. Yeah. So this is what I also do. So this was from an old book, obviously, and I don't like the image, this plate. And I have several history books that have images that I'm not fond of, but I will definitely use the back. And so it's really nice textured paper, nice and thick and old and grungy and shabby, and it just works perfectly. And then what will happen on the other side is I will then collage the other side, which is a fun thing to do. So, and I love this part of the book. Let's put it over here like that, a little bit up, and then this a little bit down, and that way it has kind of a layered look. You can kind of see almost all the pages. I know it doesn't look like much now, but we'll pretty this up. Let's see. What else do I got? More. Okay. Hang on. I didn't prepare any of this, prepare ahead of time. I just knew exactly what I wanted to do. Here, I've got some vintage wallpaper. I knew I wanted to do a cover with that Tyvek paper. I knew that I should print on it. I just didn't have my signature ready for it. And yeah, so here I am, I'm kind of floundering around, and I apologize if I seem a little discombobulated. But that's what these Craft With Me's are for. I mean, there's some YouTubers out there that are so much more organized and craftier than I am, but sometimes impromptu is fun. Let's do this. That. Then like that up here. And then maybe another one. Maybe it needs a little more yellow. That's a kind of a hard color to match. I don't know. I wish I can hear you guys telling me yes or no. Yes or no. No. Can't find anything that I really like. Let me go to my other stash real quick. Oh, got some painted fodder here. Painted fodder. This is just lovely, lovely stuff. And fodder is basically stuff that you can throw away. It's throwaway stuff. That's what fodder is. If you look it up, I didn't know exactly what that was. I had to look it up, and it's been a while since I looked it up, but I think what it is what it means is something that you put up front that can be is disposable. I think that's what the definition is. So a lot of our disposable stuff is like packaging paper, you know, things like that, stuff you throw away, newspaper. But if you paint it or you make it look pretty, it becomes valuable again. And this is like, you know, packaging paper. Just old things that, unfortunately, though I can't find the right color to work with. This thing here, I used to cover my desk with this packaging paper, and I ended up just with paint all over it. And I realized that instead of throwing this away, I can use it for something, for collage. And I think I can't believe it, there's no real color for me to, oh, probably, no, it's got purple. Darn it. Can't believe that I don't have any color for my fodder. So here, we'll use this. I like painted fodder because you just have at it. You just do any kind of painting on it. It doesn't matter what it looks like. It's mainly used for collage or for something like this, like, you know, a notebook where you are going to tear the notebook apart and use it for collaging or anything you want. And basically, I mean, it doesn't matter what your painting looks like. You don't have to be a professional painter or anything. Don't have to be a great artist, and I'm definitely not a great artist. It works. Look at that. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 more. What else? Now I always have to keep in mind that not everybody's gonna tear this apart and use it in a journal or anything like that. Some people will want to write in it. So I just want to make sure I have some spaces to write in. This is my favorite. I love gray and gold. The dark gray and peach really look good together. I love that color combination. I've been really getting into that lately. Even in my clothing. Go shopping for clothes and I'll get a dark gray and I find peach. It's really cute. Okay. how about let's try something here. Like right here. There's a little peach in there with the blue. The neat thing about these junk notebooks is, I mean, you don't have to make it cohesive. I do like to have the color theme. But it's really not necessary because you're hoping that somebody would use it. I still like this on top, like that, like that, like that. Okay. Did I say 7 last time? So I need 2 more. That's a pretty color. This is a pretty color blue right here. That goes with peach as well. Okay, come on, Jen. I don't want to. Actually, this could be a good. Oh, I could put this on the top, on the cover. Okay, I like that. Okay, I just have 2 more pages. I gotta find 2 more. You would think with all the paper that I have, I would be able to find something, right? Maybe I have too many choices. Oh, how about some embossed? We'll do some embossed papers in there. Those are great for collaging. Another thing that I saw somebody post something on those paint swatches that you can get for free. Oh, how about a little a bag, a wax bag like that, and then put it over here, right here, right here, and here, or maybe right here. Right there and there. Is that? That sticks out too much. Darn it. Okay, forget that. Yeah, so the paint swatches that somebody had mentioned what they like to do with, they like to make journal cards out of those paint swatches, and really cute how they turned out. Another thing that I found that was fun to do with those paint swatches is to emboss them. Oh, look at this. Emboss them with, you know, one of those embossing card things. This one is nice, isn't it? And it matches. Okay, let's do that. The hard thing is that when you do emboss, especially if it's a deep embossing, it can, you know, when you manipulate it, it can rip like that because it's, you know, it's going with the creases. It almost cuts into the card. Okay, I think I just need 1 more, right? That, that, and then this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh no, 10. Oh no, 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 no. This is the cover. Gosh, Jennifer. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more, just one more. Okay, hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so I think I'm going to just do another book page. Let's do this stamp one. The thing about these old book pages is that they can be pretty fragile. So when you're putting them in a journal, you got to make sure that they are reinforced. You know, see how the middle is? It can easily come apart, and as you manipulate it, especially in a book, you know, you're turning the pages constantly, they can break off. But since this is just a notebook and it's used for that type of purpose, to break off or to tear or to untie and take apart, it's not too concerning. But I do still like to reinforce it somewhat so that it doesn't completely fall apart. And what I do is I reinforce where I'm going to put the holes with washi tape. Somebody was also talking about how small is too small of a scrap. And this is my tiny scraps here in this little box. And these are little specialty papers that I can't bring myself to throw out. I thought they would be cute for collage or whatever. And, you know, there's just got to be, you know, my tiny scraps. You have to just draw the line somewhere, I guess. Otherwise, you know, it'd be full. Just have so much. So my tiny scraps, I do keep tiny scraps, but it has to be something that is special to me. Something that I really want to keep and use, know that I will really like it in something. Okay, let's do this like that. How about like, see, I already ripped that, already tore that. So I might have to, gonna have to reinforce that with, in fact, I'm gonna do that now. I have a bunch of Foshi tape, and this is my, it's a mess. This is my antique tape. And I think I'm gonna use this if I can take it off. I know there are easier things to put these on. But because I forget to use them, they get really, really stuck. Here we go. Sorry, that was pretty, must have been a really close view. Okay, so going to tape that. And voila, does not look like it's been torn. Okay, just gonna put that up here, right? And then do this like that because I want the numbers, the stamps to show. There. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Okay, and then I'm gonna sew these in here like this, and then I'm gonna decorate the cover. Oh, this is gonna look good. Yeah, I'm gonna put an image here and maybe add some grunging up in the background here, and then we'll go from there. Okay, well, I don't want to keep you all too long, so this will be part 1, and then we'll start on part 2 the next time. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I just want to say, may your heart find love and kindness always. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.